What's good, YouTube, and welcome to the house market review. We're going to be going over the YCS finals a bit, and I've had a thing against these one-ofs going up in price so much, especially new when it's 2 secret rares per box, but Saryuja, I think, is more understandable than Borolo Dragon. I explained to Billy what happened in the finals and explained exactly what Saryuja's Skull Dread does, and his response was that sounds like a freaking Pokemon card. And if you know how broken Pokemon cards are compared to Yu-Gi-Oh! And how much more insane they are built, he's pretty accurate here. This card allows you to dig through your deck further, get dead cards out of your hand, and put multiple live cards in your hand, and it pretty much won the finals, getting Soul Charge and allowing the World Chalice player to go ham. I really do like Saryuja. I don't think it's 50 yet. It's too new and a one of 48 here, and the reason why I'm saying it shouldn't be 50 yet, I've got a sponsor above me selling them for 40. So if you're freaking out, if you're buying them for higher, it's $40 and then 5% off with code DGZBOD5. I could have gone and told them to jack up the price, but instead I'm going to tell you guys to go get them from them. I think if you spend around $50 US, you get free shipping on singles, and then if you spend around 75, it's US dollars, it's free shipping on anything. Be sure to change up here to US dollars when you're checking them out. But they have some deals right now, like Inspector Border at 16 rather than 20 as well. So it's pretty easy to get to that mark of free shipping, especially if you're gonna look with your teammates online and get shipping from them. So if you want cheaper Skull Dreads, they are available at the price point I would think they would still be at, but they had been holding that price for a while, and the YCS really exploded it. But with the quantities that are out there, I have no clue where this will go, because Borolo exceeded all my expectations, and this very well could too. Borolo is still sitting up here at 52 and at 50, so we're in that national season hunt, that national season hype. This might be the cheapest you see them in a long time. So DGZ BOD Z5 will get you 5% off. I get nothing out of that. I'm doing it for you guys. I don't know what else I can stress that enough until I get my own code. then we really sell out, boys. Rescue Ferret is going up. It also was in the World Chalice player's deck, and it is sitting there around $8. A lot of people are going ham on this. I told you guys to get them at $4 for different reasons. Remember the BA hype and how that really transitioned it straight up into the air, and then it slowly went back down to $3 to $4. I told you guys to get them then. A lot of you guys are saving money now if you plan to play World Chalice and hype on that train getting it, but it's still relatively cheap. You see, people avoided the foreign ones because they're wanting to get them to resell, and then the cheapest fast ones are going to be this listing at 6 before it quickly goes up on eBay as well. Phoenix Flare X told me that he personally doesn't like the card in the World Chalice, but that when you do pull it off, it's just huge pluses and bonuses. So take that as you may. It obviously did help win the YCS, and I would say it's deserving of that $8 price point at a secret rare that you can choose to run or not run, but it does have future implications with perhaps the Burning Abyss link as well. Another rescue card that's kind of being overlooked right now is Rescue Hamster, and it's peeping into a lot of top cut deck lists. I've seen it several times, not just in the Metalfoes list, but there have been several Metalfoes lists also topping with it, and you can still get it relatively cheap. The super rare directly from NECH, you can still find them. Look, 8 copies at 49 cents, 18 copies at 49 cents from Card Craze Gaming. They're actually out of Texas. Cool guys, but they're relatively cheap here. And if you go to eBay, you know how when it's actually worth the dirt, it goes for 99 cents on eBay on a card that would be under $1 on TCG Player, but they're actually holding the line above. New listing at $1.36, $1.42, $1.53. So it's been creeping up on eBay. You can save a decent amount coming over to TCG Player and getting them right now. But look, there's very few sellers despite the low quantities, so I don't know if that will last. So if you've been thinking about getting this for your Metalfoes deck, stop holding off. If you've been thinking about playing it in your Pendulum deck, stop holding off. This is definitely something you'll want to have at this cheap of a price point before you see them all become $1.50s-ish like eBay. Ningirsu Lee, all the World Chalice, Guard Dragon are the harder to get ones, are back kind of towards their hype prices. If you remember, the original hype went way to like $10. So this is still relatively cheap to its maximum hype when the deck was released. But it's still relatively low. You can trade for playsets at 15, and we can see this hype die back down because it's not going to slam tournament result after tournament result, most likely. They will peep into top cuts. They had been bubbling more. Like, they had been pushing their way into the top cut a lot more this season. So I kind of saw it getting top 4, maybe top 8. I did not expect it to win, and the hype is real. And deservedly so. When a deck comes out of left field and just slams, people get really hyped and want to try it out. So the price was really, really good to try it out, as you see by the market prices. Ningirsu was a little lower than this, I believe, and then it just kept starting to creep. And it's still creeping. It's still at a pretty decent price. I've always liked this card. Let's actually go lowest, my bad, and go Ian. See where it actually is on eBay. 13. I'd never buy from this man. 13. So definitely really, really decent prices here, but it is what it is. I think this is still okay to trade at. I wouldn't throw money at it. And we can probably expect it to continue that hype over the next few days, and then it'll settle where it's going to settle. I don't think it's like the best deck. We saw, I believe, Zephyra win the UDS from what I'm told. We saw Magical Musketeers top with Ediception, who's always super innovative. This format, we're going to see 50 different decks top 8 regionals. It's going to be the most diverse format in all of Yu-Gi-Oh's history. So anything receiving hype going up in price like this is a little bit ridiculous, but it's more understandable when it's a card that can be used in a lot of the decks like Saryuja or Borreload. So I think you will see this entire archetype slowly chill out. It's even more expensive on eBay, I believe, right now. Sorry I didn't get these all in order for you guys. You see the Canadian ones not selling because they'll take longer, mainly because people are buying things to trade and resell, not just to play with. It's not just a matter of, oh, I want to get them in time for my tournament. You would get it in 4 to 5 days usually. The other cards that actually, I was surprised, Agent of Creation Venus didn't really move much on TCG Player. It's still near its market price, and it's up a little more on eBay. It's low quantities. I was kind of surprised that the supers didn't go up. There's tons of different versions, so you have budget versions, but more so, I'm just surprised. I guess people aren't that excited to run it, but actually, Mystical Shine Ball, the near mints, kind of did go up. You need play sets of those as well, and people hate playing common Shine Balls for some reason. The only higher rarity is this Battle Pack prize card. These are actual prize cards in a sense. At $15, it says 0 prices, but these quantities exist, probably more newly listed. The original hype had driven these of Link Summoning to around $18, so they're actually still lower than what they were. And we see the supers on eBay, great condition and light play, do not mean near mint. Near mint condition $350, so not up too high on eBay. But if you're going to play the Venus engine, which I personally do think drawing Shine Balls is okay in this deck, because they actually transition into allowing you for extra normal summons, etc., or they get special summoned by Link Spider. I think they're actually okay to play alongside the Agent of Creation Venus. Just take that in, that Shine Ball won a YCS in 2K18. Take a moment for that one. But I really do think overall that the results would be obvious from this YCS on what would be driven up, and it's most of the core World Chalice stuff and Rescue Ferret and Skull Dread. A lot of the impact of the final, so many eyes on it, so many people watching and seeing the news, and they decide now's not the time to wait to get cards that I could use in multiple decks like Skull Dread. And the final here is a suggestion. A lot of people didn't go for Gameciels right after, and they're still relatively near their price, although I guess the Doc's original version has now caught up to the Mega Pack. I never know why the Mega Packs are usually cheap higher via market price, but these are still around their $9–10 mark. The supers are still around their $15 mark, actually a little higher, looks like. It did heavily impact the finals. World Chalice does tend to run Waterfront and get those Gameciel negates out. It's just so powerful being able to do multiple negates a turn that banish with banish instead of sending to the graveyard. And I would say if you do not have Gameciels and you plan to play the engine, get it now. Unless Gameciel gets some out of nowhere reprint very soon, this price will continue to rise. We have seen rares in the past become very, very costly. $30 for Summoner Arts, anyone, but it's definitely, I think now is the time to get Gameciel, unless there's a out of left field reprint. You should have this card, have access. It's the lowest kaiju already, so you will be able to side it against other decks, and it's gonna do its job for you. So thanks for watching today's Market Watch. What did you guys think of it? What did you guys think of everything happening with the YCS 2? I want to hear down below about this diverse format where 50 different decks are likely to top regionals. Top 8, man.